Everyone, just getting everything set up here for the run. It'll just take me a few moments here. All right, here we go. First thing first, I gotta get some daily stuff done. I'm almost resin capped. I'm at 199. Ooh.
Add Astra.
Gotta go to Not Cry. Six minutes cap. I think I'll be fine. Hey Ash, welcome to the stream. Just gonna spend some resin real quick, and then I'll be on to doing Imaginarium.
Right here, right now.
So I'm very close to resin capping. At least not anymore now, as I just spent this. Potential? I guess I'll save it for now.
Right here, right now. Emerge. Bad dreams be gone. Time to relax.
Double crit. Nothing good on instructors.
Right now, emerge, right now. Cast your worries to the wind. Sweet dreams.
Not good for both.
The defensive mode. Emerge, right here, right now. Yachan, Taechan, let's go!
Yeah, that's not really all that much. And you're not seeing the big hits because there's just a flood of numbers. I often have to record myself and then look back to my damage to see what I've actually been doing.
Installation chamber deployed. Emerge, right now, right here. Turn that frown upside down.
There we go. There's a reason why I put this stuff over here. And it's not for the carrots.
Let's go.
It's because this electro crystal that's here. That better be a joke. Because that is just nasty.
An inspired launch.
Like I can charge both of them at the same time. You better not have cockroaches again.
Not bad.
You have to look into getting Demacious Earth again.
Know of any new orchestral pieces? I like to swap out the back.
Or however it's pronounced.
Once in a while. It's a great way to find new inspiration. Not bad. Not bad.
Is it time for our session?
Okay, now I can go on to IT. It's the 20th season ever since it released. The 20th one. Has anyone used any of my characters yet? A couple. An interesting spread. Performance preparation. Definitely doing Lunar. I don't have a built Gaming, so that'll be a trial, and everything else will be my own. I'll go ahead and throw these three in. Columbina's definitely going in. I don't think I want to put in Nilu. Definitely want Pyro MC. Okay, which two do I want to throw in here? Why didn't I click Bennett already? I'll throw Goro in. Does it tell me what's in... It does not tell me what's in, Okay, oh, yes it does. It's down here. So, Consecrated Beasts. And Shadow Reaction 1. Okay. Should go for Hydro or Geo right off the bat?
I'll take the lead today.
Get some buffs going. I'm going to save some flowers so I can hopefully get something for fighting characters next round. Let's see, who can I do here? I don't want to use Shiori this early. I might just use a reroll, see if I can get a character. Mystery Cash. Oh, perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for.
Another chance to learn from you.
Okay, I just have Barbara for heals, but I can probably use Yoimiya here. I won't be doing much vaporizing, but... and try to get rid of some less desired characters.
Here comes the fireworks. Your grand finale. Let's dance. Hook and step. Break a leg. Time for a light show. Gold Bishop down.
Get off that thing. There we go.
Your grand finale. Fuse is lit.
Am I going too easy on this?
Here goes. Ready? Let's dance. And leap. Time for a light show.
Yeah, I think I'm going too easy on this. Actually, I wonder if I can just use her gaming here, because the way Barbara works. Because I'm gonna want to use Elon, I'll probably I'll probably want to use Elon with her in order to vape. But I might be able to get the vapes this way instead.
Help protect us. Unleash.
Many happy returns.
Nope. Yeah, I'll just use Elon.
Let's dance.
Quietly now. Game's up. Fun's over.
Observe. Strike is one. Fire hazard. Let the show begin.
Gotcha. Things are about to get dicey. Busted.
You're grand finale. Time for a light show.
Gotcha. Here comes the cash. Busted.
And step. Strike is one.
There we go. Much better. Grab Hu Tao. Recash. Select one character at random. If you get 20 extra flowers. Alright. Ooh, another free cash. Grab my Bennett. Grab a
All
Kokomi.
is accounted for. Let's move out.
Now, who do I have to fight here? Hydro Hilichal Rogue, Secret Source. Guessing this one might be easier to do. And since I'll be using Chiori, I'll probably do this.
Lend me a hand. Japan! Get...
Alley-oop. Up to it, Montai.
Yeah. I'll grab Movika now. I'll grab Albedo.
Some in-the-field research?
I'll do this one. Another free cash. Oh, I don't have enough flower scissors, and I don't want to use this one either. Now, who do I want to use on this boss? It's PMA. Use Bennett since he's kind of up there for value. I think I'll just get rid of gaming here. I'll just not use him and just have the other three do the job.
Quietly now. Things are about to get dicey.
Come on down.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Huh? The fuse is lit. A festive retreat. Gotcha. Here comes the catch. Quietly now. Let's light it up. Fire hazard.
Let's go to transitions. I'm not going to use Bennett's stuff just now.
Busted. Things are about to get dicey. Gotcha. Everybody stand. Time for a light jump.
And PMA is pretty much done for.
Up to it, Manzai!
Zhongli will be good. I have Albedo, so I can now do Klee.
Ta-da! Please here.
Rare cash. I'm getting a lot of caches. 90 flowers, woot. Who do I want to get? Leaning towards her. What will my team be, though? I still got Zhongli, so I can put her in instead.
Just sharpen my spear.
Hydro has an advantage. I'll see if I can use Klee here, actually. She won't have her full crit rate, because no Farina with her, but oh well.
Stabilize. Coming to beat.
Jumpy, jumpy, go! Blazing delight!
Gather. This.
After 5 tips, into the fire! I get yours too! Jumpy, jumpy, go! Right! Clear!
Testing my patience.
And just blow things up.
I'm getting sick of this.
Shield ran out.
Now you're just for
La la la.
rise.
Oh, wrong one. I'll do this.
Coming to beat.
Booba, get them.
Now you're testing my patience.
Boing, boing, boom.
All right. Hey, Pimp. Welcome to the stream. So far I'm doing pretty well with it. Ooh, free cash again. Yoimiya, okay, not too bad. I got my Zheng Shou back. Now, who do I want to go after? Actually, I'm just going to re-roll here. Force me to do this one here. They don't have any lunar. Oh well. I guess I'm doing this one. Now, I do want heals on this, though, because... I wonder if this will be enough.
Burst forth.
Allow me.
Rain cutter.
Jumpy, jumpy, go! Blazing delight! Yeah.
Coming to beat.
Rest and rebuild!
Let me weave you a verse. Rain outlaw.
Allow me!
Rain cutter.
Blazing delight!
Five.
No, my sword. Let me weave you a verse.
Just have to kill these two. There we go. Demolition experts, go. I think it's time to grab Noelle. I'm grabbing a lot of companions right now.
Anesthetics? Check.
Free cash. I think I can start getting this now. Boss battle. Should I use a Mona here? Because she is on her Medic Mona build. I think I will. Even without Hexteri, she'll still do alright.
The banquet is nearing its end. Let me scribe, written in the stars. Pyroclastic surge!
That's one down.
Order guide you.
Lock in place.
Delve into destiny. Fate is upon you. Light of the blazing sun!
There we go. Nice and easy. Got my Shalon in. There's my Farina.
I knew you'd miss me.
Another free cash. Get some buffs. Consecrated Beasts. Actually, for that, I'm going to look at what bosses I have left. Next is Goldflame Kokasar. I definitely want Farina and Siegeween on that one. Go this Golem. I probably want to do Farina Siegeween here plus something else. Can I get away with using Elan here? I wonder if I can get away with this. There's only one way to find out.
Know my sword. Rain cutter. Rain outlines you. Let me believe my spit written in the stars. Break a leg. Fuse is lit. Here comes the fireworks. Let me weave you a verse. Delve into destiny. Fate is upon you. Strike is one.
I really should be doing Mona before that point, but
Know my sword. Rain cutter. Unleash. Break a leg. Shadows
Like
of
this.
fate, decided by destiny. Time for a light show.
and there we go. You and Mia did a wonderful job. Now I get my Columbina. Can I get my Goro? No, I don't. I do get Nefa.
Complete.
Well, let's completely trivialize this fight. That's all I need for this fight. I'll throw her in because it gives me a way to use her. Yeah, I guess I'll throw her in too. Yeah, I just summon pets and I wait. You can see the boss's shield underneath its health bar as the pets take it down. Now I can start doing this. There we go. Grab Milani here. I should really get... something like that. Just getting all blessings now. I can easily do Navia for that one. Same thing with this. Or both will be good for Navia. Yeah, I'll do this one. What do I have for off-field? Throw Kokomi in there. Suppose a bit overkill, but oh well. Overkill on healers, that is. Oh, convenient. And done. There's my Goro. None of flowers. Okay. Time to do the Arcana challenge. Because for Golem, I can do Frina, Siegeween, Noelle, and Chiori. That will be fine for the 10th act, so that means I have freedom for these acts. So I'm going to use Benefa, which is Columbina and Inefa combo for the Arcanum challenge. And then it doesn't matter who else I use. I'll use up these two on the first one here.
Convert. Cleanup sequence initiated. Annihilation mode.
Let the mountain's veins boil! Watch out! Fire! Well, this one's got your name on it!
Things are just evaporating. Already at 9? That's my first rotation?
Defensive mode engaged. Preparing for dust up.
10? Oh, that was fast. Okay, next lunar stage. Can do Benefa again. Oh, what else do I want in here? I could do that. And just out-tank everything. I think that's what I'll do.
Come on! We're having so much fun!
Installation chamber deployed. Ultimatum protocol.
Advance! Rally!
Steady as stone, as a good night shoe.
Where are you? Over here. Look at the boss's health just drop. And done. Absolute destruction. I just grab buffs because whatever. Okay, level 19 buffs. Did say I was going to use Noelle here. So I'm going to do it this way. Now this is going to be disgustingly OP. Actually, I don't even need Siegewin. I can put Garo in here instead. And I didn't even use any of these. Powerhouses. I still get another use on my Movica too. Oh, come on, this is just nuts.
Shower me with praise. Let the world come on. I am the cutting edge of fashion.
Pull in! Everyone on me!
As a dutiful maid would.
Shield's broken. 198k. Oh, this is
I'll catch up.
absolute ponage. Will it survive me cycling my supports again? Good question. Yep, just barely. Oh, that was a joke. Hey, welcome to stream, Ice. Now just watching the, time for the end credits here. This has been a rather interesting Imaginarium Theatre. I had so many powerhouses left over that I didn't use. Kind of is an understatement. Most opponents defeated. Navia was damage taken. Yoimiya, poor girl. "25 characters appearing." Oh yeah, Benefa with Noelle. So yeah, it was a crazy team. Didn't borrow anyone for this. Didn't need to. And all stars. I'm not going to accept anything less than all stars. At least not on my runs, at least. "10 minutes, 50 seconds. Pretty decent for Lunar. Go draw your Lunar Arcanum card. Really now. Owned one, owned one. I got no choice but to take a double. I can go to the treasure chest here and claim my rewards. There's my 1,000 Primo Gems right there. And some much wanted talent books. Stellar rewards. You can be getting a couple of bottles here, which is always welcome. Gotta talk to Wolfie here for the thespian tricks. We'll see what new ones there are. Yoimiya reading her book. I'll go ahead and buy that one. What is that? Oh, that's Seal of Flowers. I'll go ahead and get the ones since I have them. I do have her. Not a bad pose, but I don't have her, so I'm not gonna buy that one. Now, there's a problem I have to show. Mihoyo is way too slow on releasing these things here. So, you'll see, like, from Klee on this way, I've already completed all of them and unlocked all their outfits. I unlocked Deluxe, even though I'm not gonna level him to do his. I unlocked Venti's one, even though I don't have him. I unlocked Dea's one, and I don't have her. I don't want to spend the rest of the 90 her. And I don't have Shenhe, and I still unlocked her. So I have absolutely every single one unlocked. I'm 4 to 4 keys, capped. And I just got 2 more keys, which I can't claim. Because they just are not introducing them fast enough. Got some confusion. Should you pull for Inefa or Zabai? I got Nefer Premium already. Nefer, Lama, Bina, Nahida. I don't have Flynn's, nor do I plan. Should I get Inefa? For Zabai, I have Chori and Bina. Okay. This is a bit of a loaded question. There's a lot of hinges on depends. Now, you don't have to have Flynn's for Inefa to be good. Inefa is a sub DPS support, and she also shields, and paired with Columbina, that makes the Binefa wheelchair comp that is exceedingly powerful. So that would be, of course, the Columbina Inefa combo. And then that can just about carry any team to high DPS. Now, Inefa can also be used on non-lunar teams as well, and just basically add her bit as well. She's actually quite useful. So she's a very well-rounded support and fairly flexible for the most part. Zabai, on the other hand, is a Geo on-field damage carry. So her job in the party is to be the on-field carry character. So naturally, supports have more value than damage carries because in a team you need at least 3 supports to go with your 1 carry, and you generally don't run 2 carries on the same party. So one would argue that Inefa would actually provide more value, even though you're not going for Flints. Now, as far as Nefer goes, do you have Kokumi by chance? Oh, okay. Oh, you have C2 Nilu. Does Lama have any constellations? Okay. Oh, Prototype Amber Nahida. Okay, so that's how you've been healing. Okay, so that would make a bit more sense. Okay. And that also helps her energy as well. So... my Nilu is Constellation 0. So she does have her signature, which will give like an EM buff to the party, so that's alright. But I've actually been using Kokumi instead, because I have her on healing. Sacrificial Fragments does make it easier for managing her uptime on her jellyfish. And then I put her on 4-set instructors for an EM buff. That way I can use my C2 Nahida. What's Como?
Would you like to go moon gazing? You can sit in my rocking chair and admire the view.
Oh, Columbina shoes. Yeah, that was middle finger to the cosplay community. We wonder if that was deliberate or not. I got 9 of these saved up. We can do some standard banner wishing. Let's see how close I am to pity. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 71, 72 pity. So that'll bring me to 81. Hello, and welcome to the stream. See if I can pronounce your name here. Lore Visax 1334. I'm gonna spend some of my free standard wishes on the standard banner, and there's a likelihood I may get a 5-star because this will bring me to 81 pity on the standard. Not guaranteed, but has a decent chance to because I'm going into soft pity. Yeah, do you have Yehoda? Lolo, okay. Because Ice, if you have Yehoda, you can easily just do, in order to get the level 2 moon sign, you can do Inefa, Yehoda, and then Hydro characters for, like a Hydro character and Sucrose. Or something. Alright, take care, Ash. Thanks for joining. Actually, there's a place I really should be doing this. I shouldn't be doing it here.
We could go to the moon.
I should be doing it in my teapot. Oh, I gotta collect.
This realm is if you ever have it.
I'll go harvest those in a bit from the crops. I'm gonna come in here first. Okay, let's wish from here. I'm in soft pity now. From 2, I use 4, so that's 76. This will be 77 pity. Purple. Ooh, I know C2! Yay! Well, if you really, really, really like, Zabai, then you can go for her. Like, you can make her work. There's the gold. What do I get? Gene C12. Jean is now officially Constellation 12. Will she ever leave me alone? That's a good question. But that just did one thing for me. If I go here, that means I got 3 of them now, so I can get another character to 100. But I haven't decided who I'm going to do that for yet. And I just got this from Imaginarium. I have C9 Mona and C12 Jean. And I have very little in the... Actually, I got C6 Kaching, and almost all my Kaching cons came off of free standard banner pulls. But other than that, all the rest of my standard banner 5 stars, very few of them. I need to work on her build, I guess, a bit more. I didn't realize she's missing an artifact. Good enough.
That dream last night tasted wonderful. Thank you for sharing it with me.
If I could use some of those genes, I would. At least now we get something for having characters over C6. Before, we basically got a slap in the face. There we go. Aino is now back to being built, but she's on 4 set instructors. I also got Kokumi on 4 set instructors, and Barbara on 4 set instructors. And I don't use the on the same team anyhow, so that should be fine. And there's something I need to do as well. Just gonna borrow random co-op for a couple of seconds. So I'm still working on friendship for Columbina and Nefa. Because they're exactly even on their friendship, because I'm building it at the same time. I gotta do my dailies. And I'll show you a trick. If you do them in co-op, you actually get 2 times friendship bonus. And of course, I can just turn in right now, but to get friendship bonus, I can do this. Oh yes, it did count backwards. Like it did give, and that's where a lot of them came from. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly turn this in before anything happens. There's my double friendship bonus, and now I'm friendship 8 on both. So my gene was C10 already by the time that was added into the game. And the day that they added the those in the game, I got my Yamiko to level 100 since I'm a Yamiko main. So, yep, she is level 100. And then I was sitting on like 3 more of them, or 4 more of them, whatever. No, 3 more of them, because I got 2 more genes and a Mona later after that, so that's where I got the other 3 from. And then I sat on them for a while, and I decided to make Columbina level 100. And these are my only 2 level 100s on my account. So they did retroactively give me the previous ones from when I got Gene and Mona cons.
Ad Astra Abyss. Thank you for completing.
Go in here. Claim. I'm now maxed for the week. I can't get any more. Okay, it's telling me that I should do Imaginarium Theatre, which I actually just did. Now, my Columbina and Inefa are still works in progress. So I don't have Hydro Resonance on right now, but I still have 41k health on Columbina. And that actually goes up when I use her elemental skill. So she's now 48,000 health. So she has a good amount of health for her stuff to scale off of. Oh, I'm on NA server. You can actually tell by the UID at the bottom. I made sure it wasn't covered. So 6, the number that it starts with is the server. So 6 is North America server, 7 is EU, and 8 and 18 is Asia servers. And I think 9 is Taiwan specific. So 81, 216... 168 ER. It is a bit light on the ER. I'd like to be like 180, I hopefully want to be. I do have her signature. And I did get her C2. I also got Inefa this patch. Actually, for hers, I did put her on Silken Moon because the 2-piece gives her energy, and then she'll still be the one giving EM to the party. I put an F on the new set that I farmed. It's still a work in progress, though, for stats. 95, 184. ER is a bit low for what she should be. She should be around 130. But I'm still working on her stuff. I did get her signature. And she has C0. So I got C2R1 of her and C0R1 of her this patch. But let me show you something. So right now, okay, I got 75 wishes there. Shop. I can get 15 right off the bat here. That leaves me 2 plus 121, so that's 123 plus 90. So I have 213 wishes right now saved. Buffed or changed? I'll take a look at that in just a moment. But if you take a look, none of those wishes came from here. I'm at 0 pity on both weapon and character. Because when I got the characters, I stopped wishing. Or got my goal on what I wanted, I stopped wishing. Now, let's see how she was buffed. I know she's currently in the Imaginarium, so she has this buff right now. Yes, that is Canadian dollar. I'm in Canada. That's the same as before. That's the same as before. Yeah, they added Lunar Crystallize to this as well as Crystallize. So they just updated this for Lunar Crystallize since that's being added to the game. Wouldn't be the first time that MiHoYo's done that. Everything else looks the same as before. Oh, of course I can. Just need the UID. Thank you. I'll just have to remove those periods here. Oh, actually, this got rid of it automatically. Okay. Let's see here. Anyone in specific that you want me to look at? If I build on Lumine, okay, I'll remember that when I get to it. So look at this here. Okay, so Skirk, she doesn't need her normals leveled at all because when she's crowd infused, her normal skill here, because you'll see at the bottom there, hit 1, hit 2, hit 3, hit 4, hit 5 damage on her skill. So this wasn't needed, but at least you put the crowns in the right place. That's good. I guess this might be done out of formality. 2.2k attack power. She does not on a team with Bennett, so attack power is actually really good on her. Scales really well. 7233. That's actually good too because she gets another 15 crit rate with Crowd Resonance, so that brings her up to 85, which is still pretty high crit rate. So I would say this is a really good crit ratio and backed up by good attack. Very little ER, which is good because she has no use for it whatsoever. And of course, you're running crowd damage bonus, which is actually the best scaling stat for the goblet compared to attack. And she's on Finale of the Deep 4 set. So let's take a look here. These are the only 3 stats that she cares about. 1, 2, 3, 4 rolls. So that's a 3 stat starter. 3, 4, 5 stat starter, but 1 unfortunate roll into flat HP, but everything else was useful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. EM is a useless roll on her since EM doesn't do anything for freeze. But that's still actually a good crit value for an attack sans. Again, excellent crit value here for this. The only thing that would make it better is if you had like attack percent, but this is still A plus for the goblet. Lots of attack power on the helm. I love to see that here. And still a couple rolls on crit rate, so this is still a really good helm too. And because of how Skirk works on her teams, attack power has a fairly close roll value to crit stats on her as well. So definitely good to see. Scaffier Deathmatch is a great 4-star option for her. Over hard crit cap. I guess that's RNG for you. You know, I guess you just have to farm more to be able to bring that crit rate down. Get something a bit more useful. Hell, I'd be tempted just to get a attack percent helm with a bunch of crit damage and substat. But that's probably not the best move. Energy recharge is quite low. She is one who loves to be energy starved. Not sure if crowning her bursts was worthwhile, because the main part of her burst is the healing, and she heals plenty without it, without the crown. But at least it's not worthless. Oh, Favar 5? Okay, that would explain a lot then. Because then she'll lose 36 crit rate, and she'll be at a more balanced crit ratio. And she'll have the ER that she needs, and a much higher base attack, which will increase the amount that she heals as well, because you'll have more attack power. So that would make a lot more sense. Malvika. Okay. The important skills are crowned. C0. She's C0 too. %87 crit rate. Good amount. Oh, you're doing the same thing I do. Is EM Sands. You must use her with Sitlali a lot for Melt. Because that's where the EM Sands really plays in. Wouldn't hurt to get a bit more crit rate, though. Even if it's sacrificing a bit of crit damage for it. Here we go, Nefer. Ah, I see you've been dealing with the same problem I've been doing. The game does not want to give the proper EM for her. Over hard crit cap. Because Lauma will give her 10% more crit rate, plus the 4 set will give her another 30%. That's 40% right there. So that's 3.9 over her hard crit cap. If there's a C2 Nahida, that would be another 10% crit rate for her right there as well. But I think I recall you saying there's Nahida C0. ER is not really all that important on her, because her burst is kind of meh. And you leveled her skills exactly how I level mine. Because her burst was meh, it wasn't worth crowning. Now, Freya's going to be an interesting one here, because I see a lot of people completely ignore her energy. Okay, not completely ignored. You are using Pipe Sword on her, which is a good weapon. Gives another 32 for 5 seconds after using her skill. If you have another Hydra with her, she'll be decent. She's C1 too, so she'll get 100% fanfare max bonus, and she starts out with some right off the bat when you use her burst. So that's good. Double crown in the right places. That's good to see too. A bit crit damage heavy for that much crit rate. Let's see, Milani. 3k health. EM is a bit on the low side. This is a fantastic crit ratio, only a 0.4% chance of missing a crit. And I think our crit damages are about the same as well. Actually, what about mine? Yes, I have memorized my UID off by heart. 61, 276, 33, 147. Yeah, so about the same. I got more there. That's pretty close. That's pretty close to my Milani. Just lacking on the EM a bit. If you don't use her all that much, I can understand why you're not putting crowns in her, but if you do end up using her a lot, then crowning her skill first and burst second may be worth it. But you're right that her normal attack does not need to be leveled at all. Yu'lon, interesting choice for a sack bow. I would recommend Favonius bow because the base attack does not matter on her, and it has more ER on it, and has a better effect for... Oh, you don't usually use Milani now? Okay. So I would recommend a Fav bow. If you don't have another Fav bow for her, then I can understand. But that's a good crit ratio right there, 8160. That's almost an exact 1-to-2 crit ratio, which mathematically is the best. And 180 ADR, so her ER's in a good place. Although you're on 4-set Emblem instead of Fate instead, or sorry, 2-set instead of 4-set. Ah, I see. And here is Columbina. Everyone's work in progress. Prototype Amber, that is a fantastic weapon for her for free to play. I see you prioritize her burst first and then her skill. I'm guessing a C0 with Prototype, that makes sense because you're using her more for the buffs than for her personal damage as much. But that's also a work in progress. I bet you're probably going to get both crowned. Is that correct? You're doing pretty well on trying to keep to a crit ratio. That's fantastic energy for her. Good HP. On 4-set Silken Moon as well. I'm going to definitely give this Columbina a passing grade. This is a fantastic Columbina right here. And this is only temporary because we're just weekly boss skated. Yeah. Even I'm time gated on it too. Although I managed to get... I only need one more week away to get it because I managed to get 3 of them at the first kill. Instead of 2. And then I plan to level her normal attacks afterwards, but skill and burst were a priority for me, and I leveled Crown skill first because I got C2R1. So her personal damage is much more significant. Therefore, I thought that was better to go first on mine. But if you don't get that perfect, oh well, because it's temporary. Yoimiya, I like that attack power. She doesn't really need energy recharge, but that little bit would be nice. Yep, I'll get to that when I get to that. So I just got 3 more to go. 100 EM, so she still has a little bit of EM for vape and over vape. So yeah, this isn't too bad for Yoimiya. Arlecchino on Primal Jadewing Spear. If I'm not mistaken, that's her second best in slot. 2.2k attack. Excellent attack. Pretty low on the EM. 71, 228. I would go with a bit more crit rate just to get a more balance on that. ER doesn't matter as much. 10, 9, 10. Okay, for skills. I'm going to guess that you like using your Arlecchino on Overload team. Is that correct? Because if you for Melt team, you do want a bit more EM in there. But for Overload, EM is kind of pointless. Ah, you used to main Yoimiya. Okay. Yeah. It'd be nice to see her get some buffs and fix some of her gameplay issues. Arlecchino, Dern, Fischl, Chevy. Oh, so that's Overload Head Circle. Okay. Yeah, so that makes sense then why you're going with this little EM then, because that's not all that big. I'm going to save Yamiko to end because I'm a Yamiko main. Okay, 64, 247. Let me calculate something here real quick. So she has 15, 185 HP times 0.25 for the Hydro Resonance. So she hits 68k health, and 74,444 maxes out her Bloom buff passive. So a bit more HP could max out her passive talent. Her skills don't really matter all that much to level, but she's C2, which is awesome. Because that Resistance Shred is actually really welcome on a Bloom team. And more HP will just mean more EM for the party through this. Because if you're using her with Nilou, this EM does not matter on her because she's not actually doing any damaging blooms with Nilou. Or not, sorry, with Nilou, I mean with Nefer. Nilou's your favorite character in the game? Well, I did initially pull for her on her release and she was cute, so I can understand. And I see you got the skin fur, too. Now, Yay Miko. What's if is a good 4-star weapon for her? She can make use of all the 3 procs that it can come out with. 74 to 20. She could do with a bit more crit rate. 1800 attack power. I guess that's what you're going to get with a 4-star weapon like that. For C0, her energy recharges on the low side. She could use a bit more at C0. It's her C1 that actually helps with giving her a lot of energy back. That lowers her energy requirements. Ah. And Foresight Gilded Dreams is actually a really good foresight for her, too, because she can make full use of it. And I do see I have more EM on her. 145 EM is decent. Although I did find that she scales much better off attack power than she does off EM. I know with her Ascension 4 passive, where she turns a percentage of her EM into skill damage for her totems. And that scales off of how much your totems do before EM takes into account. So the more attack power you have, the better that talent scales. So I usually find it better to buff her, or sorry, to build her with attack and then buff her EM with party. And to really maximize what you get out of that skill. You did crown the important ones too. Yeah, so that's actually pretty good. So let's take a look at the next one here, Lolo's account. So 6-6. Actually, this one here is, sorry, the first one was 8-6-2. So these are, I think this counts a bit newer than the one because Asia already broke the max number for UIDs and had to put a 1 in front of them. Yes, I too would love to get a Yamiko skin, especially one where her tail becomes permanently visible. Okay, so Milani, still working on talents it seems. Great HP, great EM. Could use more crit rate. Milani is one of those characters, she only gets about 3 hits in per rotation. And when one of those hits doesn't crit, it sucks. That's a huge drop in damage. So if you focus a bit more on crit rate, then this could do a bit better. Dea, I'm actually not too sure about Dea. But her crit rate seems low for being used as a DPS, but she has a lot of HP. If you're building her for damage, she gets way more out of attack than she gets out of HP. She gets much less than half the damage out of HP compared to attack. And the weapon's only level 60, so I'm guessing you don't really do too much with... Actually, is Lolo still here? Nice. Tank Day. I take this as for Dragon Spine Exploration. Okay, Jalonin. Livonia's Sword, which is her best 4-star weapon. Now, she does heal a lot as it is already. I would recommend crowning her skill because that will max out her resistance shred, which is will help team damage quite a bit. Burst, it might be worth getting to level 9. Oh, I didn't... I'll check after this one here. Just put them on your showcase. I would recommend changing the helm to a crit rate helm because the higher her crit rate, the more chances she has to activate the passive on Favonia's Sword. Cinder City is a good 4-set for her too. Good for general use. She doesn't need normals at all, so this is actually pretty good. Just 2 more skills on her skill, and... well, 2 more on each, actually. That to 10, that to 9. Kazuha. Straight EM, I like to see that. Not that much energy recharge. Now, he doesn't really need to worry about his skills. He doesn't care about the crit rate, crit damage, or anything like that. But the Elemental Mastery and Energy Recharge are the 2 big things to care about. That was actually a nice change that for Columbina giving the Welkin instead. Now, there are some teams using his burst could be a detriment. Like if you're using him in a Mavica team, for example, where you're using him just before Sitlali so you can swirl Pyro. If you do his burst and it infuses with Pyro, and then use Sitlali's skill and burst, and then go to do your burst on Mavica, then the Pyro infuse on his burst will steal the steal the melt from Mavica. So in that case, you would avoid using his burst. But Sucrose would be better in that spot anyways, because Malvika will scale better off the EM than she does on the elemental damage bonus from Kazuha. Chaska. Like to see that you put attack power here, because I've seen too many people put animo damage there, when she doesn't even focus on animo damage. Is this Venti's new signature bow? Let me take a look here. If I can remember what it does here. Now this here is specifically normal attack, elemental skill, elemental burst, not charge attack, and her attacks count as charge attacks. So she's not getting the full amount of it, but I guess it's a stat stick for the crit damage and base attack, which she does like the high base attack. Fine. 94% crit rate, 205. So this is actually fairly balanced crit ratio, so that's actually pretty good. Yeah. And you definitely want to level skill and burst more. Bennett. Sapwood Blade, the best 4-star weapon for him. I would recommend getting it to 90, though, just so you get the 565 base attack out of it, and a bit more ER. 240, that's a good starting amount for ER on him. More is always better, but it's still good. He's also level 80. It would be okay to get him to level 90. So you can also get higher base attack on him, and it'll give you an opportunity to crown his burst, just so you get the best attack buff out of him as you can. His crit stats don't really matter all that much as the support Bennett. His C6 is great, because his... And I see activated C6 too, so there's... The few teams that his C6 screwed up is completely obsolete now. Like, who's using Eula anymore? And who uses him with Yaka these days? Okay. And 4-set No Bless Oblige, that's a good 4-set for him too. Although you could level his helm up a bit more to plus 20. Might give him more ER, which he'll love. And more healing bonus, so he heals more. I know for helms on him, HP helm or healing bonus helm are interchangeable. It's mainly the ER that's really important for him. Farina, Pipe Sword again. 208 energy recharge. Bravo. Decent crit ratio. HP. So basically she's going to do better on keeping up her buff. Now you definitely want to crown her burst, so she gets the max fanfare buff. At C0, a crown burst will give you 75% bonus damage for the whole party while the burst is up. So definitely worth putting a crown there. Her skill is just for her personal damage, which is still good to have, so you can level that more too. And her normals are basically worthless, so I'd keep that at 1. Rosaria, Favonius Lance. Interesting to put her on Cinder City. She'll only get 12% elemental damage bonus when she reacts to something to the party instead of the 40%. But 230 ER she needs. Crit rate, the way that she works, you do want high crit rate on her just because she gives 15% of whatever her crit rate is to the on-field party when her burst is active. Or on-field character when her burst is active. So she can give a crit buff to you here. And yeah, that needs leveling more. And you said this was for Zabai. So this is a good weapon for Zabai for a free-to-play option, because it's either this or Harbinger of Dawn, which is a crit stat stick. Defense main stats, right force set, 66, 131. Doesn't she ascend with crit rate? Let me take a look here. Oh, she ascends with crit damage. Okay, so she'll get another 38.4 crit damage. Glad I double checked. 38.4. So it's 170 with 66 crit rate. Suppose she could use a bit more crit rate. I don't know what her energy recharge is. Yeah, I just checked that. And EM's stat wouldn't be too bad either, due to how everything scales on her. But that's a good starter build. If you just started farming for her, then yeah, it's going to take some time to really flesh out the stats because of RNG. I know. Favonius Greatsword. By any chance, did you get the event weapon for her? Or the event weapon just before Nodcry dropped? And when I say event weapon... Oh, are you going to use the buy signature as well? Okay. Did you get this weapon? Because basically it gives her 24 energy rotation. And her burst only costs 50. So that leaves her where she only has to get 26 back per rotation. Because that would actually be really good there, and I would put ER for the Sands here. She basically does no damage. No matter how you build her. Perfect. So in that case, what I would do with her now, Silken Moon is actually a good 4-set for her, where you can just give her just like energy recharge here, and then who cares for the rest? Just do whatever you can to give her as much ER as possible, then throw on her event weapon, event claymore here, and that would actually be her best claymore. This is good for energy party, I suppose. So it's not a bad idea because it is still a lot of ER that she gets, and then she can get particles to the team. So I suppose this isn't too bad, realistically. And if you have somebody else in the party providing 4-set Silken Moon, then you can actually put her on 4-set instructors. It is a 4-star set, because I do the same thing. But as you see, 2-set bonus, ADM for herself, no big deal. But 4-set bonus, when she triggers an elemental reaction, she buffs the entire party's elemental mastery by 120. And that's on top of what else she does as well. So she'll give like another 80 here, then another, and then this will help with her Hydra application. So this is actually pretty decent right here, but of course you can just go with more ER, make that outrageous ER for her. Kokomi, Prototype Amber, it's a good weapon for her. Maiden's Beloved, I suppose that's one way to make use of the set. I do find that she heals enough as it is, so she's another one that can also use 4-set instructors and just fill out HP and ER on her. And leveling her skill and burst could help out, actually. So I show how my Kokomi is built again. I did put her on 4 set instructors. So I have healing bonus with HP and ER, HP and ER, HP and ER. This has HP and ER on it. And then HP and ER. Actually, I could roll some of these, see if I get any better here. This is a prime example here, because it's got both. And it's a 3-stat starter for a 4-star item. Energy recharge, that's nice. Attack, nah. Land on HP, please. Nope. 4.2. I think I'll take this one here because it is more ER. Oron, I see you put the event bow on him, which is actually a really good bow for him. Okay, spread for crit ratio. Actually, no, that's not crit. That's ER. So that's actually good ER. Really good ER. Yeah. 50, 70. Yeah, he's mainly there for buffing. He can do some decent damage too if you build out like a good crit ratio on him, but you have him set for reliability for being able to get his burst out. Alright, and then I said Yehoda and Shiori. Yeah, that was her main go-to set when that domain finally got released. However, times have changed since then. Her damage really isn't that worth it to build anymore. But you can make her quite useful to the team still. So she's not exactly useless. She's still quite useful these days as well. So who is built for what out of these two? Let me scroll up here. Okay, so Zabai build on Yehoda, and you'll give Chori Sig to her. My Chori's going to keep her Sig, that's for sure. Defense. Crit rate 62, 163. Plus, you'll get the 88 from that. I see why I put Alley Hunter on here, so these stats aren't going to matter with what I'm seeing for the rest. Smidgen of EM. 3, 3, 10, 10. That's a lot of crit damage that you're getting. Yeah, I can't show everyone on my showcase I have built. I have so many characters built. Yeah, so this will be a good starter build for her too. Although it's gonna be very, very crit damage heavy, I would recommend more crit rate if you can on substats. What is her weapon anyways for her signature? Crit damage as well. Wait a minute, I'm way off here. What am I thinking here? 62 plus 30, so you're over crit cap. Sorry, never mind. Okay, so yeah, never mind my whole thing about crit. New moment here. That means you're over hard crit cap by 2.9%. No, not over. You'd be 92.9%. Okay, so that's fine. And I still don't know what her ER requirements are yet, so I can't really comment on her ER. Yeah. I'll show my characters here. Now, Columbina and Effa are kind of work in progress for their builds. But I'm a Yamiko main. I saved up wishes for multiple for banners. I finally got her to C6 on after a third banner. I did triple crown her after I got her C6. I did finally crown her normals after that because I got her C6. But her skill and burst are most important. Fairly strong crit ratio, and as I said earlier, I focus more on attack than EM because of how I end up using her. Yeah, that's going to be nice. And I am running 2-set, 2-set. Now, set bonuses are not all that big on Yamiko because there's no set that really fits with her kit. Like, I know a lot of people recommend Golden Trope, but especially if you have her signature weapon and all that stuff, she does get a lot of bonus damage to her skill, and along with her A4 as well, and how that all calculates in. You get diminishing returns on the 4 set of Golden Trope. And also, her burst is still a good part of her damage, which Golden Trope does not buff. So substat value tends to be far more important on Yamiko than going for like a specific 4-set bonus. As I said earlier, ER is a bit low. Would like a bit more crit rate on her. She does get 15% more crit rate, though, from her passive, so I would guess her crit ratio is not too bad. Well, when it comes to Jingshou, he has to build a lot of ER, like 200 plus, and almost all of his damage comes from his burst. So going 4-set emblem, you do get good scaling out of him. Okay, yeah, so that's fine then. In Neffa, she's a bit low in crit damage for that much crit rate. She could use more ER, and I want her attack to at least be that, but it'd be nice to get more attack. And a bit more EM would be nice too. Yeah. I do plan on level 9 her skill. Actually, let me check something in game here. I've just been passively farming her talent books without spending resin on it. 2 more, so that puts me up to 11. Hey, if I actually get lucky on procs, I might be able to get her skill to level 9.
Minerals, gummies, snacks, hairbands, socks, and slippers.
If this gives me a bonus proc, that is. And it does. Jackpot. Alright, now her skill's level 9. Shall I give you a hard reality check when it comes to wishing for 4 stars? Okay. So, Ianson here. When wishing for her, I got C1 Verissa. I got my Cloud Retainer on her release banner. I got another copy of Jean on that. And then later on, when trying to wish for on her reruns, I got a Mona when she reran with Emily. And then I got a constellation on Mizuki when she reran with Verissa rerun. So now I'm up to 5 stars gained on trying to get Ianson cons. Look at my Ianson. And this is after getting 5 stars when wishing for this character. So, yeah, you could end up getting screwed on RNG for 4 stars. So, keep that in mind if you wish for 4 stars. And realize that this BS can happen. Now, this is going to be solved very soon. But I've been playing the game since launch. And my Yao Yao is still not C6 yet. Yao Yao is not really a critical character, at least not anymore. So it hasn't been that much of an issue, but I will be picking her when I pick my free 4-star from Lantern Knight this year. So I'll finally get her C6 after the last 3 years she's been in game. Yeah.
Which should I choose?
Now, the reason why I have these characters on here, because this is what I used to get my 227 Saijin time. So this is my first, well, it's technically second team for the Shock Trooper. So Sucrose, she has 939 EM, 163 ER, sack frags. I did level her skills to 888 out of formality, even though she didn't really need any skill levels. C6. Pretty much pure EM, 4-set VV. So this is basically like a classic Sucrose build. This is my Nefer. 328, almost 329 crit damage with... I'm actually over hard crit cap by 3.4% still. I did finally get 656 EM, but these two are crafted. And yep, as I said, we leveled the skills exactly the same. Llama, she's on the 4-set Silken Moon. 1038 EM, and this is basically like an unconditional 200 more when she using her properly in the rotation. So that's literally like over 1200 EM Llama with absolutely zero compromise on her energy recharge. So Changyang Khan is that still at C0? Ouch. I did double crown her because I believe it was worth it. I already showed this. This is my Nihida. When there's 3 Dendro in the party or 2 Electro in the party, this much ER is not a problem. And beforehand, I used to always use her on Aggravate. Yep, I could. I'm just showing my showcase right now. But if you have a UID, I have C2, so she gives Nefer another 10% crit rate, 20% crit damage. She, of course, gives 10% crit rate and 20% crit damage. That's another plus 40% crit damage on this. And then plus the extra crit damage this gives. I showed this one earlier. My Farina, I got very close to the 1-to-2 crit ratio here. Hey, Mike. Welcome to the stream. Oh, you just put in chat. I have her signature, and I just gave her a crap ton of VR. And she also has way more than enough defense. 55 to 10, so more balanced crit ratio. I did go with the EM part. Her attack may seem a bit low here, but I have her C2, so she'll get a whole lot more attack. Ah, European server.
Reviewing outstanding
Okay.
items on today's to-do list. Do you have any additional commands? No problem. I can add them shortly. I'm quite used to it.
So this is my times currently with the Stygian for Fearless. And then for Dire, I was able to get this boss down in 78 seconds with this team. So let's start with the first one here. So, Cebu Maloto, is there anyone that you want me to look at in particular? Oh, you're Flynn's. Okay. When there are at least 3 different elemental types in your party, it'll magically increase by 210. And he'll have Animo, Hydro, and Electro, so that will qualify for that. So he'll get the crit stats and a bunch of EMs. That's actually quite nice. Over 2k attack. So 180 EM plus the EM from this. 92.5 crit rate. 257 crit damage. I don't know his energy recharge needs. I don't really have Flynn's myself. But this is looking to be a pretty solid Flynn's. And you got the right skills crown, too. Alright. Let's take a look here. So you said Nuvi, Sino, Verissa, and Farina. Okay, so let's start with Nuvi. Signature, I see that right off the bat here. Skill levels are looking good. Okay, it's okay for HP. He's going to get 36% more crit rate from that. So that'll be 86 crit rate with 315 crit damage. So that's not too bad. Let's look at roll values here. Low roll in HP. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a 3-set starter. This is a 3-set starter as well. But that's decent value here. The only thing that'll be better is if this were HP. Defense is unfortunate. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is also a 3-stat starter. And only 3 rolls on the crit stats. 1, 2, 3. Be nice. A lot on flat HP, which doesn't scale that well, and we want HP percent instead. So this could use some work, but Hydro Goblets are kind of hard, especially on set. Ah, nice. Grats. This helm is looking awesome. One unfortunate roll on flat attack, which is useless to him, but that's a lot of crit rate with a crit damage. So this is actually a really good offset helm for him. Okay, next was Sino. He looks like a joke. Excuse me. He's got a C1. Okay, yeah, he doesn't need his normal attack up here, but he does want his burst and his skill. He's only level 80 out of 80. He could use more crit rate. All right. Yeah, so his crit ratio is off. He could use more crit rate in this build. Because you want to be... The highest DPS is around a 1 to 2 crit ratio. But he has a good amount of EM, too. You could probably use him on... with an Nefa team. The Nefa would actually be his best team now, actually. Now, Farina, Signature... You really should be using ER Sands on her at this point because you don't have any ER for the weapon. She really wants her energy recharge, and her crit rate is non-existent. So all that crit damage is basically doing nothing when she doesn't crit. Yeah, but I am seeing an offset helm that's crit damage main stat, so that can be changed. But see if you get an ER Sands here, that would really help out too. Talents are done right, though. Shalonin. Absolutely no ER whatsoever. I would change your weapon to Favonius. I would change the helm to crit rate. And if you can stay over 200% energy recharge without an ER Sands, then I would go that way. But I wouldn't worry much about her crit stats. Because she's not really doing much off-field as for damage goes. Shane Lang, the catch. 241 ER, which is nice. Hardly any crit damage whatsoever. She gets another 12%, I think, from this. Oh, it's only R2. You can fish this to R5 to get 12% instead of 7.5. But I would give her a crit rate helm instead. Okay, that's a lot better crit ratio. Then Lolo wants Flint's looked at. Interesting, using an F as a weapon. Does give attack and more party lunar charge damage, which helps, although it doesn't scale with having two of them, I don't think. Actually, it doesn't mention anything here. Only party members 40% more lunar charge damage. It doesn't say whether it stacks or not. I don't know if it does. 50, 87, 272. Suppose more crit won't hurt. And I do recall that he does need some energy, although I don't know the exact amount. So 100% ER would be on the low side. And of course, talents need to be level 2. And I got a little bit more resin to spend. I haven't done this yet either. I need to get this done. I've been holding off using my reroll bottles, or not reroll, but the artifact crafting bottles to use on Nefa or Columbina just yet until I have more, like, when I know I'm getting more, or have better pieces for most of the slots. Because it would suck just to use some bottles on a slot and get a good one to drop naturally and still be missing one that you need. Alright, well, thanks for dropping by, Lolo. And I hope to catch you later. Now to refill my stuff here. Oh, it was a complete stomping. Last one was pretty easy too, so... But then I have a lot of built characters. Hey Queen, welcome to the stream.
Do not be afraid.
Ah, Yeah, you said that in chat. Or in-game. Just refilling my seed pouch here. There we go. What would be really helpful is if we can just go in here and click what we need and then track the plant from here directly. Go, and let's see to get, which is from Leeway. I always try to maintain my seed pouch for this stuff. The only time I redo chambers is when I try to get away with too much, and it's like, nope, you gotta actually use more than one good character, or actually use at least one good character in the party. Like, it turned out I had to use Yoimiya with Yulan, or Yulan with Yoimiya. And I'll just grab a couple of frogs from up here. There we go. Seed pouch filled back up.
Is it time for our session?
Now, I do like Mizuki here. She's done a couple of things for me, actually. The first copy of her I picked up from last Lantern, right? Or not last Lantern, right? Last anniversary, the free pick. And then when Verissa ran again, I got her at 14 pity. And that's technically my third 50-50 loss to row, which I got a whole bunch of early 5-stars at that point. So then going into Columbina's banner, I had guaranteed plus capturing radiance for Columbina, which saved me a lot of wishes when wishing for her. So this girl here made it easier for me to get Columbina.
Still need to go through last quarter's financial.
That I do know.
What a headache.
Or more specifically, frenemies. They play enemies to each other because they're business competition. But deep down, they are friends. And they also work really well in a team together. Especially the way I've built hers. So she's got 968 EM. She could use more ER, to be honest. But I don't really want to put the resident farming her set right now. But I did give her R5 of Wandering Even Star. So that way it does increase her attack, which is kind of pointless. But because of her EM, it buffs party's attack as well. So if you remember that 22 attack, 2200 attack on her is now 2384. So she gets even more attack because of Mizuki, and of course Inefa loves attack power too, so it's a win-win there. Let's see here. This just increases the number of swirls that she does. Her C2 would be really nice to get when I eventually get that. Because it'll just be more bonus damage for Yemiko. Oh, I'm sure they've already met. Yemiko regularly deals with Ganyu as far as dealing with trade issues between Inazuma and Liyue. And Ganyu's boss is Ningguang. Inefa is fantastic. Inefa right now is the strongest off-field electro character in game currently. And especially paired with Columbina, you have the strongest wheelchair duo in game. And I can actually show you just how strong that wheelchair is.
My experiment will succeed.
Okay, let's pick a character here. You know what? I'll pick this character, my mannequin.
As you wish.
How strong are these characters? She is indeed.
Preparing for dust up. Defensive mode.
Stay clear. Enhanced animal module 75.
Already done. And Nefa doesn't quite have her burst back just yet, so she could use more energy.
Converge.
Cleanup sequence initiated.
Animal hypostasis emulation. Animal test 6308. Absorption test. Animal test 6308.
Oh, Mizuki? Mizuki's actually, well, she's not that great of a character. Like, Sucrose is actually better than Mizuki. But Mizuki can still do a good job.
Well, since you asked so nicely.
You can tell me anything.
So, the main part of Mizuki's kit is she's going to generate a lot of swirls, and of course, VV Shred and swirl damage. But her burst can also heal herself when she's on field, so it's a bit more of a comfort role than what Sucrose is. However, while she's floating around her skill, she does not work with characters like Zhang Shou and Yelan for Hydra application because she's not spamming normal attacks to trigger it like Aoife would. So Aoife is still also better than Mizuki in Mizuki's exact niche. Yeah.
Defensive mode engaged. Ultimatum protocol. Emerge.
Sweet dreams.
So Mizuki is actually fairly easy to use, and this particular team right here works quite well with her. Although technically Sucrose is more DPS for the last slot than Mizuki. Meh. 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 Sans is only two set starter. Yehoda is nice. Her elemental skill, charging that up takes way too long to infuse it with an element, but other than that, she's actually a really good character to have. But sadly, I could not wish on her banner. Because I was saving for Columbina. So I don't yet have her. I did skip Dern too, and I skipped Flynn's. And yeah, so January 13th this year, January 13th this year. So I got them this one. And did I activate her on OC2 yet? Yes, I did. When she's off field and her burst is active. When an active party member, she'll fire an additional ball. And that can be every 5 seconds. It's an extra hydro application every 5 seconds. Yeah, there's that too, but you also have to argue sometimes if that's even needed, because if Flynn's has an Epha, then Flynn's has a shield. Your team has a shield that's actually a pretty strong shield. So you may not even need it.
If you ever feel down, just drop everything and go out for some fresh air.
It's just funny that since Nordkreis come out, people are now just discovering that Sucrose wasn't a slouch all this time and that she's actually quite strong. Now, if you don't have an Epha to go with Flynn's, Yehoda is a great option to put with her. Put with them. Well, she's a 4-star. She can come up anytime, technically. So, I should get her eventually. In preparation of getting her, I did do something. I did level this bow to level 90 already when it had the 1.5 time experience bonus, because this is an awesome weapon to put on Yehoda. Because it gives the energy recharge she needs and also gives a big attack buff for her, which scales with her healing. So this is a fantastic weapon for Yehoda, just as much as it is for Auron. Yeah. With an Epha, you do want to go attack and attack. And the reason why I put so much attack on her is because her off-field lunar charge damage that she does is based off her attack, and then she also buffs lunar charge reaction for the whole team based on her attack as well. So she does get lunar charge scaling with her attack, so it's not just EM. And then of course her skill gives her absorption shield, almost 400% of her attack plus 3,000. And the shield lasts longer than the cooldown of her skill, too. Yeah, no problem. It would have been an okay bow for Fischl. Yeah, she likes her attack power too, and a bit of VR is nice on her as well. But Oz is snapshots, and she won't get the off-field buff with it, so it's kind of useless for Fischl. But for Auron, he doesn't snapshot, so when he's off-field, he's going to be building extra attack power from that bow passive to make use of it, and he definitely wants his ER to burst every rotation. Yeah. If I get Yehoda, I'll probably put her on Silcomoon as well, just so I can do Yehoda and Nepha combo with another Hydro character, so I can separate Columbina from that and then just go that way. And then I could run a team in that direction. Because with my Nepha, I do have her on the new set, so that does put her where she wants to be in a level 2 Moonsign team, so she gets the full lunar reaction damage bonus from the 4 set. Because she doesn't get that if she's the only lunar character. But I could pair her with an Nepha. Or not, sorry, an Nepha, Ino. I can pair her with Ino and still get a similar effect. Ah, yes. Mora is definitely a resource in the game that is quite important to have. Now, when I get below a certain point of Mora, I will spend like an entire week or maybe even 2 weeks in a row just doing nothing but Mora ley lines to build my Mora back up, and then I continue on building my characters as normal. I actually did quite a bit of that before Notcry dropped. So, where is it going to show it here? Character... talents. Yeah, so I'm at 21.5 million right now. I was at 31 million when Notcry first dropped, because I built up my Mora first. And then I've gained a bunch of Mora since through various methods, such as doing Abyss on every month, doing IT every month, keeping up with all my other stuff, daily stuff to keep building that Mora. Yeah, Vivi is an awesome set for Mizuki because she's an Animo character. That Resist Shred is a very powerful effect. There's only one thing that can make the Vivi set even stronger. Is if they change that 2 set bonus from Animo damage bonus to 20% ER. Yeah, well, it's a new set. It just came out this patch, so it's taking time to farm. I've actually dumped about 22 or something fragile resins into that domain already. Actually, not in the domain itself. I did it through Stygian, where I got the extra bonus every 120 resin for more efficient. But I dumped a whole bunch in there, and I got something of a set for her, but it's still below the point where I want it to be, so I'm still farming it. And I do want to get a new set for Klee as well from the other set. Navia could use a bit more crit rate because of how her damage works. I'd rather be a bit more reliable, but again, that's farming that domain again, and that's not very efficient. Oh, and I didn't show my Chiori. She could use a bit more defense, but she has an awesome crit ratio. Since I don't have her Constellation 2, her burst is kind of meh, so this doesn't matter all that much for energy recharge. Yeah, it would make the set broken. And then I have Signature on my Chiori. Foresight goes in trope because she spends most of her time off-field. Hey, Kitty. Welcome to the stream. And I have her Constellation 1. Now, her Constellation 1 has lost some value recently with Columbina. And going to be with Sabai as well, because when you do Lunar Crystallize, those three things count as geoconstructs and fulfills the need without the C1. But the C1 still has a bit of value on it. It says there at the first sentence of it, the AoE of the automation doll Tomato, summoned by Fluttering Episode, is increased by 50%. That's kind of confusing on the wording, but essentially it's a similar thing to Yamiko C2, where the range of her dolls, or how far something can be away from her dolls, it will still attack. So just to give you a visual representation of what her C2 does, or C1 does, I mean, for the range.
Yeah, let's get this over with.
Let's get out and find some inspiration.
Now, her dolls will attack this fire pit over here. So normally, when the dolls are about this far away, where this point is, to the fireplace, that is their normal range that they'll attack from, to be able to hit enemies on C0. But her C1... So this one back here can still hit the fireplace over there from that far away. So that's the other effect of her C1, aside from two dolls without a Geo construct and just a Geo party member. And for people who have C1 Shiori and then also have a Jalonin to pair with her, this was an older version of like a wheelchair comp where these two would actually help carry a team. But now Columbina and Nefa now carry, so I suppose you can call this a double wheelchair.
And a radish veggie soup.
Although, is there someone I should be farming for that I can use the strong box for? Could always farm more to see if I can improve those that use Golden Trope. Oh yeah, my Mona's on a pretty weird build. So this is MM build, known as Medic Mona. So I have her on R5 Prototype Amber. So her burst actually heals. I have her on 4 set Songs of Days Past, so when she heals, she'll activate the set bonus here to buff the party damage. And increases her healing bonus some as well. And then her helm is also healing bonus as well, with energy recharge. The HP here, even though she has no damage scaling with HP, means that she has a higher HP percentage. So if she takes damage, she can heal up with her burst. And that helps, or that just gives more scaling for Prototype Amber, which gives a better effect on the 4-set bonus. And then 251 ER with the lower energy cost due to her weapon. So she's bursting all the time. And I do have her C6, so she will get the extra reaction damage. The extra EM from here. And the extra crit rate and crit damage from here. So it's a pretty unique build. Like, not many people use her that way. But I find her actually quite effective for it. And I actually use that in Imaginarium Theatre as well. The Act 6 boss, where we had the two operatives that we had to kill for the boss. I basically used her with Malvika and basically took them out very quickly with that. And then the other time I used her, I think I used her with Klee or something just to get the Hextri buff. So alright, well, it's getting to around lunchtime here. I've been streaming for well, getting close to 3 hours here. So I think I should probably go for lunch and such, and then end stream here. It's been a great stream, though, I'll admit. I'm grateful for everyone showing up as much as they did. And thank you for the interaction here. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. If you do have questions on future streams for different stuff, I'll be more than happy to answer as well. But thank you for joining, and have yourself a great day. Yep, no problem at all. Peace out.